Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. We are playing the 1.1 version of the game, and in my last episode we just finished doing the ultimate coal burning power plant where I turned 42,300 coal per minute into nothing but coal generators, generating well over 211 gigawatts of power and storing it in a 1 terawatt battery bank that we've got stored off to the other end. Through this project though, it got me thinking, what would it look like if we just took all the resources? We got every node in the game. And I think we're going to start with iron. Iron is our next run. We are going to grab all the iron in game. So every single node we're going to gather up for iron. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. Today's video is brought to you by my gaming PC, featuring the Elgato Stream Deck. Stream Deck gives you 15 fully customizable LCD keys to control your apps and tools, trigger actions, launch social posts, adjust audio, play sound clips, activate lights, and much more. Hit the Stream Deck store for app plugins, icon packs, thousands of royalty-free tracks plus effects, and switch out faceplates to make Stream Deck yours. For more information, check out my Amazon affiliate link in the description below. So I'm back here over at our battery bank, and at one point I did start to develop a second floor, but I didn't actually hook up those batteries yet. At one point I will, probably once I get maybe some fuel generators up and running, I'll add in another floor of battery back, basically a battery bank in here, and then I'll add a third floor when we get nuclear power going. But right now our focus is iron. And so I'm going to load up on the map here right now, or up on the screen. I've grabbed a snapshot of the node map from Satisfactory that shows every single node of iron that's on the map here in Massage to AB2, whatever the planet name is. And there's 39 impure nodes, there's 42 normal nodes, and 46 pure nodes. We're going to put MK3 Miners on every single one of those, and we are going to max them out to 250%, completely overclocked. We're going to see just how many conveyors of 1200 item per minute iron running on Mark 6 conveyors to run over towards where our power plant is and set up some refineries out there to make some pure iron ingots. And like everything, you've got to put it down with first I gotta get Zoop set up. It's got to be on a foundation. I don't like building without foundations. It's just, I don't think it's right. It's kind of like a big no-no to me. Fill in that hole there. And we are gonna grab our production MK3 Miner and figure out what's gonna be the best orientation. Obviously we can't go that way with it. First off, let's look at where our closest... We're going to kind of reuse a little bit of the highway structure that we've got from when we gathered up all the coal to be able to move some of this product back over there. So I think if we have it set up so that it's facing this way, that is going to be our best bet. Fill that in. And these are going to get overclocked to 250%, 600 items per minute. So this is a normal node that's here. I thought I filled that in. Not entirely sure why that didn't fill in. And yeah, we'll build a structure to be able to get it up over there. And then I've got to make sure that I look on the map here. There should be another node really close. Yep, here's the other one. We'll get this one set up as well too. I wonder, is it the same height? It is not. So we'll just step it up a little bit here. And I'm building everything onto the grid as well too. If you just press and hold the control key, it does get you grid formations so that you can build everything to grid. And then from here, I'll ramp this up and then we'll join these two conveyors together. And that'll actually get us our first conveyor of... Oh yeah, because I did a copy and paste, it already took the overclock on it. If you select one that you've already built into your hotbar, it's like you just middle click on it, it will take the configuration that it's set at. So as long as you've got the inventory to be able to build it, you'll get the batteries put into them, the power shards put into them, and you'll be able to get it at 250%. So this is our first one to be able to get a 1200 item line. So we're just going to start with some MK3 Miners, and I'm going to bring it probably right to here, and then to here, and then 90 degree it. Now I don't want to, eventually we're going to end up cutting that off, so maybe we'd be better if I didn't do this here. We find a line along here somewhere that we can run this towards, and then we'll go up to the foundations that we got set up there, which is kind of like our inland little highway thing. We're conveyors. All right, we've got the first two hooked up here, overclocked to 600 items per minute, merging together into 1200 items per minute. This will take a little bit for it to actually get and ramp up and show that speed. It takes a while for the conveyor to kind of measure properly, but that will eventually hit 1200 items. Problem is my conveyor only goes to like right there, and then it stops. So this may not actually get there. Yeah, we've already filled up, so it's going to drop down. The conveyor is full. But that's kind of like the pace that we've got to go here with gathering up all of these nodes. We've done the very first two normal nodes. I'll show you the map here again. I've already marked off the first two that we've got. So that's, you know, two nodes out of, what is it, a total of, what, 81, 121, 127 nodes that we've got to take care of? Like that's, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of work we got to do. So I'll get a few more of these up and going, and we'll start connecting them up to the highway and building some of the merges, and we'll show you what it looks like once we get a few of these nodes like this. This area of the map here, I'm going to load up the regular map. This area right in here is so crammed full of iron nodes. We really got to be meticulous about making sure we're marking off everything and grabbing everything, because there's a lot of the iron that's in the world is in this spot. Now there's still lots out there, but the highest concentration is in this desert area here. Okay, we've been making some progress now. I've got a pile more nodes all in place here. Of course, the conveyors are all full because we don't have them being dumped into awesome sinks at all, but we're over here in the swamp area right now. And actually, I'll throw up on the mini map kind of where we're at right now. Like I'll show you the one from Satisfactory Calculator. It's up here right now. And we currently have 13 of the 39 impure nodes accounted for, 14 of the 42 normal nodes, and 15 of the 46 pure nodes in place now. And I'm slowly starting to work it towards the highway. The only ones I have to the highway so far are just that far outside line. You can see off into the distance. Let me get a little bit more height here. That far line does connect in, and we've got some iron nodes coming onto the highway there. And then we've got a little bit from these few nodes that are down here that are going up and meeting up over at the highway. But I wanted to kind of have everything gathered in this area so that I can make sure I've got everything that's feeding into the correct locations along the highway so that I can get all the lines to merge together properly. So far, the majority of the lines I've been able to get to 1200 items per minute. There's one line over here that I think is I think it's a 300 item per minute. It is a impure node that is kind of on its own that I'm going to end up having to merge with something else later on. But for now, we're getting there. See, this one here is a full 1200 item per minute line that we've got moved in here. And then there are a few more back this way. Yeah, in total over here, we've got 4 nodes that are 4 lines that are completed that are feeding everything in here. And then so that we're not interfering with the coal at all, I'm just dropping the iron down below and then it's feeding across. So we'll merge up with that one that's over there. That'll give us 5 full lines. And then there are a bunch more in this area here that I've already got the miners and everything set up on. They're on the little, well, I guess we'll just say the side streets before it catches up to the, connects up to the superhighway that runs through the entire center of the map. I did turn the fog off on here now, so you can kind of see off into the distance a little bit more of how much everything is expanding. There's still a little bit of fog out. It actually looks like it might be a little bit more fog than what was out there, but this also could be weather related as well too. But we are able to see a lot further off into the distance now than what I did in the previous video. Someone had suggested in the comments that, hey, turn the fog off so we can get a better view of scope. And I'm definitely done that. And then at some point, we'll take another trip over to the ultimate coal power plant that's over on the far side there and get a better look of scope with everything not being hidden by that fog in the distance. So I'm getting all geared up here, and I'm wanting to give you a little snapshot of how we're doing so far. We got, what is it, 37 full conveyors at 1,200 items per minute, and then we have a little leftover one here that's about 900 items per minute on it. And then I did up the graphic of here. I'm going to load it up onto the screen here right now. Here is the full map of all of the nodes that I've got marked out, which is a total of 13 impure nodes, 23 normal nodes, and 24 pure nodes. But when I did the math on that, that comes out to 46,500 iron per minute. But if you take 37 full conveyors plus this 900 items per minute conveyor, that only works out to 45,300 items per minute. Well, somewhere I'm missing 1,200 items per minute. I'm missing a full conveyor somewhere. But of course, it's impossible to figure that out because all the conveyors were full. Nothing was running. So I went over here and I put out an entire row of awesome sinks here. And all of the conveyors that I have completed, I broke them all off and I have them dumped into awesome sinks, so that I could go around and look at every single miner and see, are you working? Are you doing what it's supposed to be doing? And we can whip along here and check every node, every place out here to make sure everything is mining. For instance, you look at these two miners. These are both pure nodes running 1,200 items per minute. Everything's all running up. The conveyors are all doing what they're supposed to be doing. Everything is all moving. So we head over to the next set of conveyors. I get over to the next round of conveyors that are over here, and I'm double checking. Oh, well, these ones here are coal, so that's not even an issue. We got iron on these ones, so these iron nodes, they're all running. Everything's all loading up. This one's running. No problems that way. We have another one over there. It's running. They're all going up to our highway here. All of these conveyors are flowing, and I'm like, where the heck is this damn... I'm thinking it's a pure node at this point. I missed a pure node, didn't connect it or something. Well, it wasn't a pure node. It was these two. This conveyor's not doing anything. And this one's not doing anything. I got two normal nodes here that are 600 items per minute. So then I'm like, okay, I got to figure out what I did wrong. Why are these conveyors not working? And nothing's moving there. And I get over here and look, I forgot to carry this conveyor along over to hook it up. And this is like one of the first few nodes that I've put up and running. And of course, I've already got all the iron conveyors out there, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to get this all connected to the rest of the system without having to... I'm not tearing those conveyors out to make it all uniform, so I'll probably run it along the ceiling or something of the top row of the highway there to get this all connected in. So let's have a look at that. So that's what we did, is I brought that conveyor along the ceiling, and then when our conveyors were getting too wide, I'd bring it like along the ceiling under the little jut outs that were here, and then brought it down so it would run on top. This is the 38th conveyor now that's running at 1,200 items per minute. So I have 38 full conveyor lines and one line that's running at 900 items per minute. The only way I could think, how am I going to figure out which one of these, all of these nodes that I've got running here right now, that's what, 47, 50, 60 nodes. I've done 60 nodes so far, and was trying to figure out, how am I going to figure out which one is the one that's not connected? And I figured I'm just going to put a row of awesome sinks up here, get all of these conveyors dumping in, and was able to figure it out without having to spend hours, you know, searching each and every single node, remarking the map, and double checking to see what was going on. Because without the conveyors flowing, it was a lot more difficult to see which ones weren't working. I just started looking, okay, which conveyors aren't producing, and that's when it showed up for me. But thank God for awesome sinks, really. Of course, we're not making jack off of it. Where this was all the coal and the little bit of iron now that we've been dumping into this while I was getting everything all set up. And that's because I didn't want the miners and everything to get all backed up when I was building the power plant that was out there. So now that I got this all built here, I'm going to tear it all down and rehook up these conveyors back up. And let's have another look at that map. You can see here, I basically got the entire east side of the map is done. It is now the west side of the map that we've got to spend more time and gather up the rest of those nodes. The next time you see this, we're going to have all of the conveyors all over at that far end of the map and try to figure out, okay, how are we going to get it down to, here, let's turn off the fog again. Zoink. Out over there where our power plant is. We've got all of this water space over here that we could be using for iron. And then, of course, there's a bunch of water space in that area that we can use for iron. There's a bunch more over that way as well, too. But I'm thinking I might actually carry it on over in this area. I just don't know how much space we're going to need yet until we see how many conveyors we have. So stay tuned as we get the rest of the conveyors up and running. After hours of scouring the planet for every single iron node out there, we finally have all of the iron collected. There is over 92,000 iron ore per minute, all running through this superhighway of conveyors that I've got set up going clear across the map. We're going from all the way on that side, building the conveyors as we get full conveyor lines. In total, I mean, it's glitching out and freaking out graphically right now because of how much stuff is actually moving here. But there is 76 full conveyors running at 1,200 items per minute of just iron, plus another partial one here running at 900 items per minute, giving us a total of 92,100 iron ore per minute. And we are transporting that all down into elevators here that then head over to this side and drop down to this massive wall. Man, that just looks impressive, doesn't it? All of the elevators. There is 77 elevators dropping the materials down at this point. In comparison, here is all the coal that's on the map. And then this is all the iron that's on the map. It is absolutely ridiculous how much that is. And then currently right now, I have them all set up, dumping into awesome sinks. And I mean, look at this. Isn't that impressive? We're riding the coal here. I'm just going to pick up just a little bit so we can see it running off into the distance. If I could stay on the ground long enough. And let us switch to camera mode and then hide the UI for that. There you go. That is what an absolute ocean of iron looks like, all being dumped into awesome sinks. The next phase of this, I mean, even still, it's glitching out, and it's just ridiculous how much is going on here. But the next phase of this, and I think I'm going to break this up into a couple of different episodes. This one here has been focusing on getting all of the iron ore clear across the map. And I'm going to wrap things up on this episode with a flyby down the conveyor system out to some of the various nodes and whatnot. But here's all the iron, all running into awesome sinks. The next step of this will be to take this iron and put it into refineries to make pure iron ingots. So we will document that whole process, on that type of build and how much space it's going to end up taking out here. I don't know yet. I haven't seen what this is going to look like, but I mean, you can see how much space the coal plant is taking as we fly up over here. This is all the coal power generating with our power boosts that we have going on, about 400 gigawatts of power we're making right now. And there's our bank of iron conveyors ready to do the exact same thing with iron ore. So I think I'm going to wrap things up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like the video, and you can leave a little bit of a comment down there. Tell me what you think, how crazy I am going out and gathering up all of the raw materials. And at what point do you think I'm going to actually crash the game because I'm doing way too much on this server? So currently right now, we have mined every single coal node on here, every single iron node on here, and we have every single geyser activated as well too. There's still a lot of other materials out there we're going to go after, but it's we're going to take this as far as the game will allow me before it completely crashes out. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. And yeah, I'll end things now with a time lapse of us doing a quick flyback over towards all of these conveyors out here. We'll see you in the next episode.